Let's go!
Let's go! Welcome in, monster. Happy Sunday. It's sad that we're almost at the end of the weekend, but we must enjoy what time we've got left. I'm going to enjoy interacting with my fuck-ass code that's gonna make me pull my hair out. Silly guy detected. You know what? You know how it is. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, monster. Welcome in, foul. Welcome in, McVin. Let's go. Happy EP Sunday. Nice, nice. Yeah, I've mostly just been hanging out in front of the computer doing some game dev. I've made some progress. So, Choki, welcome in. So we've got it such that I've got some basic conditions going through. Right now I'm working on implementing the Twin Strike skill, which is if you have two melee weapons equipped, you'll use both of them in one attack. Naturally, you need to be attacking someone, you need to have a melee weapon equipped in both hands, and you need to be attacking with one of your melee weapons. Right now, we've got it so that if you attack with an arm weapon, it'll go off. If you have two hand weapons equipped and you attack with one of them, it'll go off. So, if I use a rear weapon, like said Gatling cannon, nothing happens. But if I use one of the hand weapons, the sword or the gun, we haven't specified both melee weapons yet, but if I use either one of these, it sets off Twin Strike. That's what we've got so far. I need to make it... Also, both weapons need to be in attacking range, which is also working. Before I specify that I need to have two melee weapons equipped, I need to make sure that this actually adds the second attack. Right now, the banner goes off, but nothing happens. Jessica doesn't deserve this. I'm big sorry to every Jessica fan. She has been the punching bag for quite a while now. It won't be forever. It won't be forever, I promise. It's just for the time being. Use a rear weapon is just the character throwing it back? That'd be crazy. But also, rear weapons are powerful enough as it is. I don't know if you saw when I used it, it, like, annihilated Suture's health bar. Honestly, I probably need to rein that in a little bit. But that is a problem for later. For now, let's see. I need this. And as the title implies, the way that attack animations go off is it's a fucking nightmare. So basically what happens is this is a timeline of events. It starts with set the camera angle, check every character's status, everyone who's involved, set the cooldown of the attack, apply any status effects, remove any non-applicable UI elements, actually deal the damage, and then do, like, post-attack effects, like if someone got a status ailment inflicted from the attack, it handles all of that, check if anybody died, see whose turn it is next. And it kind of writes itself at runtime. There's a lot of stuff here that's like, okay, the timeline doesn't need to do this if this character doesn't have this status effect. So it checks if it needs to insert new events into the timeline as the timeline is running. And what I now need to do is add even more things that fuck with this timeline at runtime. And this is a system that I built months ago. I do not remember all of the intricacies of this code, and I'm absolutely certain we're gonna run into every possible thing I can trip over, we're gonna trip over it. So I feel like this is gonna be most of the night. What is that? Not the caked up ghost. What the fuck? Lail's Zapling Dumpy is gonna go crazy. Can't wait. Can't wait to see it. So how's everybody else's Sunday coming along? Right, where was I? Trigger FN super trigger equals FN trigger. And then call FN super. This beat sounds like the fucking Pokemon XD purification chamber. I mean, it is, I believe it is a PS2 mix. So that does make sense. It's the same era. Thinking about to take a fat nap. 5 p.m. nap? Bro, are you dad maxing right now? The 5 p.m. special? That's crazy. Woke up early to do some yard work, led to a fat 4-hour nap. That's Sunday activities for sure. Two hours behind us now? Oh boy. Do math. I mean, what's it matter? Listen, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. In the wise words of Jimmy Page. Buffett. I got my Jimmys mixed up. You moved? Whoa! I hope it went well. I'm sure there are or are not some interesting move-related stories. That's one way to spend a Sunday. She immediately got sick. Okay, to be fair, it's all a part of acclimating to the new environment. That's understandable. We moved to Texas and Fao still hasn't adjusted to this day. Sometimes acclimation takes a while. Gorgeous scenery. Nice. You'll love to see it. Okay. When are damage processors created? Here? Yes. I'm going to grab this. Global target units. Okay. I'm going to grab this for the time being. I'm going to put this here. We're going to see if I need that, global targets thing. Act user target. I don't see it. I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay. You got the new environment ick? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, that's understandable. New environment ick is real. From South Georgia to the Pennsylvania Northwest. Pacific Northwest. That is cross country. Holy. Yeah, that's one hell of a trade up. That's gotta be more expensive, right? I imagine, I've always felt like that's a pretty pricey part of the country. I could be wrong, though. I've certainly never been. Okay. We need the act. We need the user. We need the target. Hmm. Hmm. We also need to check that there's only one damage processor. It has to be a... I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be a one-on-one target. But it should have, like, a held damage processor that it's working with. Hmm. Technically, yes, but there's no sales tax, and blue states prioritize income-based living, so there are pros and cons. Okay. Cons being a bunch of government funding getting cut, and the funds for income-based living places in EBT being cut. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, like you said, pros and cons. You'll just have to, like, adapt. Let's see. With ability, have you triggered? Check requirements. Hmm. Okay, we'll have to adjust how these are sorted. So these abilities are going to need to track which damage processor was valid for them and hold on to that value. Okay. We need a tracked damage proc. There's no one. DP to DP that triggered this skill. Or ability, rather. You've adapted to walking the coastlines and hiking for gorgeous gobby adventures. Hell yeah. Sandburn? Oh yeah. From the last time that I was on a beach, which is surprisingly recent for someone like me. Yeah. Yeah, that shit gets real hot, dog. You have income tax because Texas, yeah. It's pros and cons, like anything else. I feel like we don't have many of the normal cons people associate with Texas because we're remote. But that comes with the new cons of, like, having to drive half an hour to go to any store. I mean, Texas once died of heat. It's been surprisingly tame so far this year. There's definitely been some spicy days, but, like, have we broke 100 more than, like, twice this year? I feel like no. The insane amount of rain that we got recently certainly also helps to keep temperatures down. Big ass barbecue is heaven. Oh yeah. It's good fucking eating down here, I can tell you that much. Okay, var r equals false. Instead of returning immediately, r equals true, return r. And then if r damage proc equals, wait, I see. R dp equals no one. dp equals id, and then damage proc equals dp. Nazo, welcome in. Happy Sunday. Georgia's been bad since you left? Up to 112? Oof. Compared to sometimes 70 is crazy. Welcome, Nazo. I'm doing pretty good. I'm wrestling with some spaghetti code. I'm very dreading whatever error I'm assuredly about to run into. Okay. So if it takes the most recent damage processor that's valid, what happens when I then have to run later requirements? I should make a list of damage procs that are all valid. No. But what if it's valid for one requirement but not another? I should make a list of damage procs that are not valid. Current. Damage proc invalids. DPs that failed a previous rec check. Yeah, anytime FAO expresses concerns, I'm just like, man, we're all just people. Generally speaking, people want they just want to live their life. Use a unit. Otherwise, are invalids equals damage proc invalids. Otherwise... I know what I can do. Instead of this... var Abby equals ID. There. This will be easier to work with. Abby dot damage proc current equals ID. And then we don't need to do this. Otherwise, array push Abby dot damage proc invalids ID. And then we need to check if this is already invalid before even attempting to do the verification. Array contains. Determine whether an array includes a certain value among its entries. Okay. Array contains Abby dot damage proc invalids. If it contains this damage proc's ID, or rather, if it doesn't contain that, then you run the check. If it fails the check, add it to the invalid so that they can't get checked again later. And when starting the initial check, you need to clear out the invalid list beforehand. This needs to be reset, and current needs to be reset as well. Equals no one. Calling them invalids isn't nice? Well, it's factual, okay? We care not for the code's feelings. The road of a programmer is a cold one. And now I need to do this for all of the requirements, which is slightly annoying, but we'll get there. Crips and invalids. Welcome in, Mino. That reminds me, one thing that I remember from, Kinky, yes. One thing I remember from trade school is, like, knowing that there are some people that complain about the naming convention of the brake, master, and slave cylinder for, like, brake lines and stuff, because you have the master cylinder that, like, controls the brake line pressure or whatever the fuck, and you have the brake slave cylinder, which is reliant on that and interacts more closely with the brake calipers. I'm probably misremembering how it actually works, but those are the parts. And I always thought, like, why would people have a problem with them being called that? Because that is a practical, functional term. That's what the definition of master and slave should be. A thing that controls versus a thing that is controlled. As long as you're not using it to refer to people derogatory, like in the ancient South when people slaves were a thing. Like, I feel like that's the way that the words should be used. Why would you get mad at the fucking brakes for using the words properly? That just reminded me of that. I always thought it was kind of silly. This makes you think of the professional parlance of transmission. That too is like, let that just be what that term is for, because that's like benign. I think it would be best if I just copy this whole thing and then adjust it as needed. So I'm going to put this here. In super I equals false, Abby equals ID. And then we put this in here. Target is unit and act true, otherwise add two invalids. Arm weapon. That is fine as it is. This one we need to add as well. That's what it would be. That's what it would be were people not assholes and also slaves still exist. That's true. Wage slaves. Yeah, tell me about it. This one's a bit of a doozy. I need to grab all of this. This goes inside of damage processor. I put this here. And then all of this goes in here. I love my disgusting conditional statements. Now I can get rid of all of these. That should still work. Okay. Those people are bad for partaking in the devil lettuce. Right. Yeah, I could get way more down with prison punishment if the conviction rate was like a lot more accurate. If we didn't have so many people getting put in for either completely erroneously or for shit that really isn't that bad realistically, then I would be way more down with prisons just doing whatever the fuck. People jailed for being born the wrong way. That's what I'm saying. Okay, theoretically, this should not be able to be triggered without there being a damage proc being saved in its memory already. However, I should make sure to check for that. I'm pretty sure, as it stands, this should work. Curse of Cain alive and well in 2025. It never truly went away, huh? We'll get there one of these days. But then people will just find something else to complain about. RDP equals damage proc current. I need to figure out which act to use. For that, I need to figure out which act is currently being used. Var act equals super, which is a battle unit, which has equip objects, and the act assist. Act assist. Super dot act assist. And we need to grab whichever one is not being used currently, so it would be global.act using. Is it the battle act or the equip that is determining? It's the equipment, okay. Dot act using dot source part dot equip right. Okay, so initialize using this act. And then we also need to track the ability itself. Equals ID. The user is going to be Abby.super, I believe. And then the target is going to be Abby.damage processor current dot target. Set Deathclaw and activated the urge to hop back on Fallout. Yeah, I mean, now you gotta do it. That's me when anybody mentions any kind of food, and I'm like, damn, I kinda wanna eat X food now. It works without fail. Initialize, which then returns act user target damage mod. Damage mod. And then it needs to do half the damage. Damage min equals clamp, damage min 1, damage max. Okay. Okay, initialize, and then damage min equals max damage min over, oh wait, what is it? 50 plus level times 10. Okay. Damage min times, and then we need to multiply this by 50 plus level times 10 over 100. Plus Abby dot level times 10 over 100. And then a maximum of that and 1. Wait, does this get rounded? Times clamp. Times damage mod divided by 100. Does this... I'm sure it'll come up as needed. If it needs to get rounded, I can round it later. And then we do the same thing for damage max. Clamp. Damage max. Damage max. Plus ability level times 10. Which would necessarily mean that the level needs to be set to 1 by default. Okay. Strike set level. If level is greater than 4. Right, because it goes 1 to 5. Okay, so this was already good as it is. Which means I need to go to battle unit, I believe. Skills. Set character. It's in here somewhere. Here we go. Or not. Here we go. Set level. We want to set level to 1. Smash Deathclaw? I've seen my fair share of SFMs. I'm with you. Them and Sing Healy go crazy. Shame they never did a Fallout in Texas. I feel like there's got to be a mod for that, right? Bethesda did just announce that Fallout 5 has been greenlit. I mean, they had to announce something to stay afloat. I imagine the investors are getting pretty fucking antsy right about now. With the way that they've been doing. Well, that's not true. I think Oblivion Remastered sold really well, so they probably got a bit of breathing room. They did make a Fallout in Texas, but it's ass. Are you talking about one of the first 2 games? Are you shitting on Brotherhood of Steel? You are shitting on Brotherhood of Steel. I am sending the Brotherhood of Steel to your house. Good luck. Charging $40 for Oblivion was a great move. Hey, they bought it, didn't they? That shit did numbers, I'm assuming. I have no concrete data. Initialize, then reduce the damage based on the level of the skill. And then we need to place the thingies. Could you imagine if they sold it for $70 or $80? I bet you people still would have bought it. Also, because they probably could have, because also it was on Game Pass, if I remember correctly. So it's like, all the people who wouldn't have bought it full price would have just got it on Game Pass. Yeah, 40 felt like an appropriate price. You don't like isometric imsims? Not a big fan? I think they're pretty neat. I fucking love Mech Commander, dude. Okay, when do the attacks come out? It's here. Act animation, damage procs. I need to copy this. Grab act anim, which is already set as a global, which is good. Hmm. Can I just run... Can I just run the function? I don't know if that works. Let's see. Insert with battle unit. It runs all the shit. Array insert. I could try just straight up running it and see what happens. Let's try that. Let's see where the fuck it puts it. What do we need first? We need the act, which would be this one. And then with global.actAnim. And then what's the second one here? The processor. That would be this one. Let's see. Let's see what the fuck this looks like. Akila, welcome in. Happy Sunday. Unfortunately, I'm not professional enough to have a exclamation mark project command. But this would be the project, if you're curious. I'm making a little SRPG. Right now, I'm trying to implement something akin to Front Mission 3's battle skill system, and because of the absolutely nightmarish way that I have decided to implement, like, a timeline system for how attacks and effects get handled at runtime, I suspect it's going to be terrible. Let's see. Yeah, okay, that sounds about right. It crashed. What exactly went wrong here? Act not set before reading it. Act anim. Events event current. Act anim. On hit target ID. What? What am I doing wrong here? You were getting no feet, Mino. Sorry to disappoint. You were getting no pause, foul. Sorry to disappoint. Act anim, damage procs, act ID. Where are you going wrong? Shit stream this fucking guy. Act anim, damage procs on line 34 with array pull, array memory. Array concat, DP, act anim, array memory. What? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, I did pull it. Act. It doesn't know what act is. Damage proc to memory. Right. Or attack loop. Yeah, it pushes it. It pushes the damage processor into memory. Right, insert, and then pulls it from memory, and it does not seem to know act. Why? You should. You should know what it is. It knows it when it calls it normally. Okay, hang on. If I attack without triggering this, it seems to work. So if I do pistol shot from here, because the sword is out of range, it won't trigger twin strike. Yes, okay. That works like normal. That's fine. I'm guessing it's because I'm calling it when I shouldn't be calling it. I should be putting this in the timeline. Hang on. Is this Godot? Nah, this is Game Maker. I tried Godot a long time ago. I didn't really vibe with it. I'm just too used to Game Maker at this point. Act anim. I don't need death check right now. I can probably start to close some of this stuff out. I got too many tabs, bro. Text, I don't need you, I don't need you, I don't need you. Okay. Cleaned it up a little bit. Can probably slide this over here. Okay. Push array events. I guess I should do array insert somewhere. We'll figure it out. Act anim insert damage phase. I'll try that. I'll see where that gets me. Act anim. Oh, wait a minute. It's inserting the wrong... That's why. It's not inserting the right ID. It's inserting act anim's ID, not the damage processors. Okay, that's where I went wrong. That makes sense. So what I should do instead... var dp equals ID. Okay, let's see if it works this time. It kinda worked, but I don't think it used the correct attack. What if I use the pistol? I think I may just have it flipped on which attack it's supposed to be using. If I use the pistol... Okay. There also needs to be a bit of a gap. Super.actAssist global act using sourcepart.equipWrite. Ah, it is using the wrong one. Okay. So what happened is I have it set up so that the unit's assist attack, because you can have multiple attacks in a single weapon. And I'm like, I'm not going to play the guessing game of which attack works at which range to see if you can assist with any of the attacks a given weapon has. I'm sticking with the first one. The first attack that a weapon can do is what it will use as an assist attack in battle skills. So I've made it so that you have your left assist attack and your right assist attack. And what this is doing is it's checking if the attack that's currently being used is the left hand or the right hand. And what I've accidentally done is made it so that if it's attacking with the right hand, it uses the right assist. So it just double attacks instead of using the other hand. All I have to do is put a little exclamation mark, flip that bad boy, and now it should work properly. I prayed. I fucking prayed that it worked properly. Okay. Okay. It is, in fact, working, but it's doing the attacks at the same time. Which is kind of cool, but I can't animate that. So I need to have it do it one at a time. I need to insert in array events. I need to insert the pause beforehand because then the attacks will get inserted. The way that array insertion works, I need to insert the pause first. Array insert array events index act enum insert damage phase. Can I have it do nothing? I would just put in a blank function. A blank function followed by a time. Okay, I can do that. It would be an empty function. And then we'll add like 2 seconds so it's really obvious where the pause is. It can be 1 second. That's obvious enough. Let's see if this does it. No. It didn't work. Hang on. Did it? Okay, I do need to make the pause way more obvious than 1 second. Wait a minute. I just noticed something really weird. Never mind. I thought I saw just take damage like desynced with the animation, but I think what happened was she took the damage and then the game hitched while it loaded in the hit spark. Which that's fine. I have no idea how to fix that, but we'll get there. But okay, maybe I do need to insert it afterwards. I don't understand how the fuck array insert works, dog. I'm a fake programmer. Why? It seems to be very confused. Function. Okay, what if we do, instead of running it like this, oh, but then I need, then I need to commit more to memory. I can do that. Damage procs, that goes here. That goes before the array insert. Okay. So we would put that here. We want damage proc. We want act and then damage proc. So we want act, then damage proc, commit to memory. Let's global act anim. Array memory concat. And then we want to array pull, array memory. And do that twice. It might be backwards. We'll see. I also might need to... I might be better off making a separate memory bank for this, because it might do it out of order. Matter of fact, that sounds like a good idea. Array memory twin strike. Array memory twin strike. It grabs the act and then... Yeah, okay. It pulls the thing at 0. Okay, yes. So this is in the right order. So we'll just do this. I don't know why I tried to manage everything in one memory bank. Like I can't just make more memory banks. What am I, a fucking idiot? Array memory twin strike. That should be good. Probably. Okay. Cool. Waits for 5 seconds and then it crashes. Why are we crashing? Attack loop not set before reading it. Act anim damage procs. Far attack equals act dot attack loop. Removes the first entry in an array and returns it. Yeah, okay. So it removes act, and then it removes the damage proc. What am I missing? Set array events, insert damage phase function. They should be committed to memory. Damage procs, which pulls the act and the damage processor, and we get to... What line is this? Line 18. Show message act dot name. Sword slash, right? Something is very wrong here. I changed this to be a 0.5 second pause. Oh, I see. There's also the 5-second pause here. Dude. What am I missing? It knows it's using sword slash. Actually... on object.name. It pulled from memory and it doesn't know what object it pulled. Wait a minute, we already have a DP value. I don't need this. Wait, yes I do. That could be a problem. DP current. I guess I do need this. Maybe damage proc current target. So I don't need this here. This is the only place that it would be used. Okay, we can get rid of that. I don't see how that would help. But it's worth a shot. Sword slash. And then nothing. Act.name. Show message test plus act.name. Does it know what act is at this point in the code? Okay, it does. But at this point, it doesn't. Why? I have to imagine that these are for some reason not aligned. Act anim. Where is it? Let's try this. Test ref instance 1460. Ref instance 1455. Yep. 10, 20, 40. It sees something else. I have a sneaking suspicion that I might know where I messed up here, but I don't know why this is the case. But I should confirm first. Show me what reference value the damage processor is. Ten, 20, 40. It's grabbing the damage processor and the act in the wrong order. Why? Oh no. It pulls the fucking arguments backwards. Why? Why is it like that? Okay, well there's an easy way to fix this at least. Act. It could be fucking random for all I know, so I'm just gonna sort it out before even calling the function. Okay. Now it should work. Definitely. It'll definitely work this time. That's still not quite... That's still not quite, the timing on that is not quite what I wanted. Let's drop this and just add a nice 2 seconds here. Let's see what this looks like. Let's try that again without the buffering. There's that awkward pause after the first shot. What the fuck? Okay, now if we have it be 0... and then add the 2 here... No, it still has that really weird pause. What if I add you afterwards? Why does it not make a difference? What the fuck? Okay, what if I don't have a pause at all? What does this look like? It still has that one pause. And what if instead... we don't insert it at all? Then what happens? Because I may just need a workaround. There's still that pause. I'm really fucked up about the pause before the last pistol shot. What if I do pistol first? It looked like I was getting the wrong amount of... Hang on. The wrong amount of sword slashes. Is it adding an extra attack? There's 3... It does 3 pistol shots. And then the 2 sword slashes. It's definitely doing something wrong. Seems very Seekin, but without the pie. That's what I'm saying, dude. Welcome in, Purge. Happy Sunday. Okay. Something is amiss. I intend to find out what. I know for a fact it's adding the wrong number of attacks. Now, why is it doing that? Let's see. Act.attack loop. Okay. Act equals global.act using. Right. DP equals damage processor. I should change this to be a separate memory bank. Just while I'm thinking about it. It certainly wouldn't hurt. This would be... damage procs. So this would be array memory... memory DP, which is just set that equal to DP, and then we pull array memory DP. Act anim on hit target. I may need to investigate that as well. It loops the act number of times. What happens at the end of this loop? Attack loop equals 1 equals 0, otherwise act.attack delay. Okay. What's happening in act anim on hit target? What are you? God damn it. Gotta do fucking control F. It is a function that here does nothing. Ah, I see. It depends on, It's dependent on the act. Okay, that's fine. I'm praying that that still works normally. Oh, what is this now? SCQ, variable index out of range, damage procs. Where did I go wrong? Array pull, array memory, DP. Index out of range. Active dot array memory DP equals DP, okay. Array insert, array events. I need to do this? Is this what I need to do? Start up the horse game? Enjoy the horse game. What do you mean, out of range? How could you possibly be out of range? Show message. Add memory. Oh, wait a minute. It's setting it, not adding to it. Okay, hang on. That may have something to do with this as well. Maybe. No, I think this works here. Because this isn't in a loop. It might be in a loop. No, it's not. It only does this once. Okay. Okay, I see where we went wrong. We want to push, but before we do that, we want to set it here. Load act nm dot array memory dp equals an empty array. And then array push. Push DP into this. Honestly, I'm better off doing the fucking array concatenate. Just for consistency. Memory DP, array concat, DP. Okay. Should work now. What are you talking about? Array concat. How are you out of range? Show message. Memory push. To size. And then array length. Show message memory pull from size. Let's see. Memory push to size 1, to size 2, to size 3. Memory push to size 1, to size 2, to size, from size 2. I see, okay. Okay, so we don't do this here. That needs to be set elsewhere. That needs to be in... What calls this, actually? I guess I can just put it here. Our memory DP is empty. Okay. Should be fine now. Memory push to size 1, to size 2, to size 3, to size 4, to size 5. Memory pull from size 5. From 4, from 3, from 2, from 1. Okay, we're good. Now, which, by the way, that appeared to have been the correct number of attacks. Let me see that again. 1, 2, and 3. That's from pistol shot. 3 attacks being added before the main attacks. And then push to 4 and push to 5 from the 2 sword slashes. Now they're pulled. Look at that. It pulls and then both of the attacks go off. It does it again. It pulls and then 2 attacks go off. Memory pull from 3 and 2. And then it sets those off. What the fuck? What is that fucked up order? This is so GIGA cursed. And we don't need these anymore. We know this is working at least well enough. So we don't need those breakpoints. Let me see it again. Okay. They're running at the same time. What if I get rid of all this? Even you. I think what might be better is if I don't handle this here, what I should do is make a flag for if we're doing a double attack. Don't make it here. We'll just set a flag here. So, get rid of all of this. Why doesn't that work? Oh, that's why. Okay. Okay. What we're going to do instead is global.actAnim and we're gonna have this here too. Array memory twin attack. We're gonna set that as an empty array. Dot array memory twin attack is equal to, and we're going to have it be the ability and the act. It'll be the ability and then the act. And then what we'll do is we'll go into here, find where the attack happens. I'm gonna do something like this. Function.
Let's go!
Let's go! Welcome in, Jade. Happy Sunday. What the fuck? There we go. Run damage procs. Happy Bakushin. I mean Sunday. How's the... Speaking of starts up the horse game, how's the Bakushin run going? And DP is all damage processors. So we need to get... Because if it runs... If it runs with... Oh wait, that means this goes first, and then we add the additional damage processors afterwards. Okay. Look at the Discord? Alright, let me see. See, I told you! I told you she'd go crazy in the final stretch. She's gamer, dude. You just press speed. She's gamer. You gotta have faith in your Bakushin. The guts spark is unfortunate though. That's gonna be a yikes for me, dog. Okay, so we run damage procs, and then if array length our memory twin attack, then we do all this shit. Oh, that should have been... Ah, I see. We'll copy all of this, and then I'll sort through it later. Okay. Twin attack with place, damage processor. Its ability, then act. So we do var ability equals our memory twin attack 0. Var act equals array memory twin attack 1. But you couldn't get better straightaway skill or even firm conditions. Honestly, I don't usually pick up the green skills unless I have some like skill points left over, or if like I don't have enough points for anything else and it's about to be ERA finals. But normally I don't bother with them. I try to get stuff that will proc as consistently as possible. So like whatever has the least restrictions. So do this, place damage processor. DP does not appear to really be used. Oh wait, yes it is. Initialize with act, ability.super, ability.damage proc current.target. It occurs to me that there are 2 Twin Strike objects active. Have I accounted for this? Line check, void check. Okay, I have. Okay, cool. And then with global.actanim, actanim damage procs for act and DP. Okay. How about this? Will this play nice? Not really? It still has that awkward pause. If I go here, attack loop equals 1. Greater than 0, attack loop minus minus. Equals 1 equals 0, otherwise equal attack delay. For the sake of the Yakuza not tracking you down, this is for the best. Listen, the game does it itself sometimes, alright? They be doing a little bit too much. I'm trying to have a professional mentor-apprentice relationship with my horses, alright? If I do times 0. Is there still a pause? There's not. What if attack loop is equal to 100? Which it will never be. What does it look like then? That looked like way too many attacks. Why does that look like way too many attacks? What is happening? Okay, what if I do pistol shot? I feel like I'm going crazy, dude. This is exactly what I was worried about happening. Why would I act item? Do damage procs. And the damage proc still needs to be alive when it actually runs it. Deer's outside? Nice, nice. Image processor. Array concat. Ah. Wait. This might be what's fucking me up. It's grabbing at runtime, it's grabbing every damage processor, which means the one that was created is already being considered. Ah. Okay. So instead, we can change this back for now. Instead of trying to do any sort of shortcut on that front, we do this. With, what is this? Act, global.act using, okay. With handler damage processor, we do it with all the damage processors that exist at this time, but one at a time. Global.act using, and then ID. Is this better? Does this help? Boy, it sure didn't like that. Array events not set before reading it. Ah, I see. This is gonna look so silly. Var dp equals ID, and then with global.act anim, we go into damage processor scope and then go back into act anim scope. Do this with this DP. I mean, I think that's better. It does still... I think it's doing the correct amount of hits now. However... I do think now I want these to be in separate function calls. There sure is a Cygames bludgeoned by goodies. Yep. You missed out on the launch event where you could get a free 3-star ticket. Unless they're still doing that? They could still be doing that. I wouldn't know. I think the best thing I can do here... We then add another function here. Function... 0.5. If twin attack, then you do all of these, and this should separate them. I know it wasn't on there, but you got Taiki. Nice. I mean, Mayano's a 2-star, so you should, like, it shouldn't take you that long to get her, to be fair. Okay, that has definitely not done what I wanted it to do. Why are you so... Why are you like this? It behaves completely normal when there's just one attack going off, but when it tries to do a second one, it adds that fucking pause, and it's pissing me off. Where is that pause coming from? Actions or damage phase, array length of events -3. First 10 pull is Goo Goo Babies? Amazing. I still don't know what the fuck the deal with Goo Goo Babies is. Okay. It's not there. That's a 0. It could be earlier. Zero, zero, zero. It's gotta be here. I thought I had this shit figured out. Congrats on your Top Gun. And yeah, the pull music is great. I love the motif, that theme that they have going on, because it plays in the intro too. It is so fucking catchy. I know if we set this to 0, everything will come out at the same time. So it's gotta be... It's gotta be here somewhere where this is fucking up. Insert damage phase. It's also not doing it, like, in order. Wait, no, it is now. If your stats are tied up in support cards, why are there star ratings on horses anyways? The star ratings on the horses, as they go up, it does increase their starting stats and, like, and some other, like, career bonuses and stuff. You do get, like, starting boosts. Your baseline goes up with star level. Man, I want Sky McQueen. I'll trade you. I have Fire Teo. I have regular Teo as well, so I didn't want Fire Teo. I would absolutely trade you my Fire Teo for your Sky McQueen. 3-star also gets a different skill. Yeah. And that's how you get their outfit. It is at least doing their... It is at least doing it in order now. If attack loop is equal to act dot attack loop, is that what you fucking want from me? It's definitely not. It starts... So let's say... Pistol shot starts at 3. It goes through... Here. Checks... Is 3 equal to 1? No. So it sets it to... Delay. Then it does it for 2. Then it does it for 1. 1 is equal to 1, so it sets it to 0. That would not explain why it has an additional pause after the first attack. But because of the way that it's inserted... Because of the way that it's inserted, the last hit would be displayed first, because it's getting inserted earliest in the timeline. But that still doesn't explain... That does not explain why there would be an additional gap. Wait. Okay. What I'm experiencing is that we have an attack go off, then a weirdly long pause, then regular attack, regular attack, regular attack, with the normal amount of delay. This gets inserted. This is the last hit. It gets inserted first. It has 0 delay. Is the delay before the act goes off? But then where is this extra gap coming from? That still wouldn't explain it. Bro. Give me McQueen. I'll take any McQueen, dude. I want to play her story so bad. act.attack loop. Then we set it to 0.5. Otherwise, set it to attack delay. Because if it's the first attack, it's going to be at the end. But this is assuming that the gap follows instead of is before. I mean, we can see how this looks. Oh, so yeah, Umusume is absolutely a roguelike. If attack loop is less than, hang on a minute. Attack delay otherwise set to 0? Do I need to flip it? Is it weird? It is greater than 1. What about this? Shiny 5-head? She does have a pretty prestigious 5-head. Very worthy of a student council president, I must say. I'm fucking losing it, dude. Student council president Rudolph. Oh, I just got my terms mixed up. Greater than 1? Does that affect turn delay at all? It sure does. Greater than or equal to 0. This is meaningless. There's that awkward gap. Damage procs. That's this. Death check definitely shouldn't be affecting this. Because that comes way at the end. That should not matter. Wouldn't hurt to check, though. Okay. As I suspected. Those are unrelated. There is one that I think I missed, though. There. It's probably not you either, but we must be thorough. Okay. I mean, we've already established it has to be here, because when I set this to all 0, they all come out at the same time. I feel like I tried everything, man. I don't know what I'm missing. If damage loop... What if... Damage loop equals 1. Or... Attack loop is equal to... act.attack loop. I don't think that worked. That definitely didn't do it. Greater than -1. So it'll always set to attack delay. What does that look like? Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Why is that normal? Why is it only weird with the 3-shot? Am I going crazy? Am I going absolutely crazy? Hang on. What if you do sword stab? Not that it'll make a huge difference. Wait. It feels like the first attack is influencing the assist attack's timing. Because when I do a single hit attack that presumably has no attack delay, there's no delay on the pistol. Okay. Greater than 1? What does this look like? Okay, we can re-add the timing into the everything that was fucked with. If I increase the time on this, where does that add time? Okay, that's incorrect, still. I'm gonna leave that as it is for now. Okay, we don't want this to increase here. What about this one? We don't want that there either. Okay. So I can probably leave the twin attack at 0. Did not expect Top Gun to be bigly brained. Oh yeah, like I said, I find her relatable as a gifted and talented student burnout. She's got some of that going on. Get rid of that here too. Okay. There needs to be a gap in here somewhere. Hmm. Is equal to 1. Set delay to 0.5, otherwise set to attack delay. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for either. -1, set to 0. Let's see if this behaves close enough to reasonable. And then I think I know perhaps where to take it. Okay. I think what I want to then do array insert array events at insert. We do an empty function with a delay of 0.5. Delay of 1. Just to make it obvious. This is going to be way too long. But this should do what I'm looking for. Wait. What? What if I put you after? If not this, there is one other idea. Okay. What am I missing here? Inserting a 3, inserting a 3. That's 6. Insert equals 3. What if we get goofy with it? I mean, this appears to be working. Was I just inserting it the wrong place? Hang on, let's not insert this 1 second pause to make sure that it's going off where it needs to, and it's not, like, in front of anything. Okay, yeah. It goes off... It goes off after the banner shows up. Hang on, let me make sure I got this right. If we insert it at 0, it will appear before this function, which we don't want. If we insert at 1, it will appear before this function, which I don't think we want. If we insert it at 2, it'll appear before this function, which I don't think we want. So we, in fact, did want to insert at 3 to show up before this function. I think? I could be wrong. Apply mana and break. Yeah, okay. That happens at the end of the attack. Yeah, okay. So we wanted it at 3. Lucky guess. Which means I probably could have put the addition of the attack here, and it probably would have been fine, but it is what it is. Okay, so we do want this here. We just don't want it to be this long. We'll do like a 0.3. And we'll put it before we insert the rest of these. Most attack effects, 0, 0. Why is there... Oh, hang on. Okay, because we're inserting at the beginning now. So we would want this at the end. Have it be shorter. Do like a 0.1. I think that'll do her. I think that'll in fact do her. All that fucking... Oh, all that nonsense. all the red herrings. Okay, but we're not out of the woods yet. However, it should be easier from here. Also, who fucking knows what else I broke in the process? All I know is that we can get through one attack. Like, there's no telling what else now works differently and incorrectly because I changed the way that something interacts with the animation timeline. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. For now, I just want to make it so that Twin Strike only activates when you have 2 melee weapons equipped. So that is... I'm going to put this in here. Attacking, arm weapon. Function. Okay. If... Let's see. Actually, you probably don't even need all this. Return... Super... var EQ equals super dot equip objects battle unit. Where is it? Yeah, equip objects. Okay, I just want to make sure I had the right variable. Return EQs dot weapon AR. Let's see. Not equal no one, and EQs dot weapon AL not equal to no one, and use dot weapon AR dot tags dot melee, and EQs dot weapon AL dot tags dot melee. I think this works. So, if this works, Twin Strike should no longer activate because we have a melee weapon and a ranged weapon. Excellent. Now, if we go to Chen and change this to 2 swords, it does activate. Okay. I think I want the delay on that to be a little bit shorter, honestly. That would be here. 0.05? I fucking love this song, dude. Yeah, I think that works. Okay. So, that means we can now do Twin Fire and Twin Assault. Twin Fire. Attack with both equipped ranged weapons. Oh, I didn't check the damage. Hang on. I have to check and make sure that the damage is sufficiently reduced. Yes, okay, it is. Wait. I don't know if it is. From 45 to 19? That doesn't seem right. Hang on. Assist. Is it here somewhere? It's in here somewhere. Post attack effects. Twin attack. Damage max. Just max. Damage max times 50. Plus ability level times 10. Let me see this again. $45 to $47. Let me do some quick calculation. $45 times 0.6 is 27. It should not have been able to go as low as 19. Something is amiss. Why are you going that low? Clamp damage min. Times 50 plus ability level times 10, so that should be 60 over 100. Show message. Damage min times this number equals this number. 22. 22? What is 22? Why is it suddenly 22? Wait a minute, what the fuck? Hang on a minute. What's going on here? It was 45 last time I booted the fucking game. What changed? What's happening? Processor start /. Damage crit. Damage range 45. Yeah, it's still 45. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't scroll down. But why would it change? I see what happened. It's the multi-decay. Okay. I need to remove that system because it's just not gonna work the way that I want it to. Damage processor. Unless, hang on, battle act. There might be a value I can use here. Super resource part. Damage skill, damage type. Act anim. Or maybe not. Set targets. No, okay, yeah. I need to get rid of that system. That's fine, I'm not overly attached to it, though it would have been cool. Damage based on user attack. Ultra accuracy based on CPU. Accuracy mod multi-decay. Yeah. You go away. Let's try this again. That's more like it. 45.12 times, let me verify. 45.12 times 0.6 is in fact equal to 27.07. Great. Okay, that's better. Which means I don't need this show message anymore. We love a little bit of bug squashing around here. Okay. I think we're good, which means now I can update this. Twin fire attack with both equipped ranged weapons. Extra attack does reduced damage with lower penalties at higher levels. At phase start, 2 ranged equipped. Same parent. Same requirements. Dot range. And weapon left. Dot range. It'll be slightly more awkward to get Twin Assault working. There'll be a little bit more code required here. Set level 20 if greater than 4 is 50. And this should be the same. Okay. If we check this out, set this to Twin Fire. Now if we attack with sword, we do not get the extra attack, but if we change Chen's equipment to be Pistol 0, we'll do Pistol 1, and SMG 2, now we should get it. A 2 and a 5. And we can even shoot from up here. They should both have the Z range for it. They do. Excellent. Name spot, Beating Pulse. Yeah. There's plenty of fantastic names. So we're all fans of 1 Inch of Love, of course. And then Twin Assault's going to be ever so slightly more complex. Twin Assault. Mini Cactus, that's another good one. Attack with melee and ranged weapons. Melee and ranged equipped. Love once again. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. My Murder the debut race? Yeah, she's strong. She is a strong front runner. Bar RNG equals false. Bar melee equals false. With EQs dot weapon AR. RNG plus equals tags dot range. Melee plus equal tags dot melee. And then we do the same thing for weapon AL. And that accounts for any combination of weapons. As long as one of them boosts range and another one boosts melee, as long as they're both accounted for, then you've got one of each equipped. RNG and melee. Also saw dispatcher, which means either she's on those phones or she's murdering other horses. I mean, probably on the phones, right? Either that or like she's defeating other horses. It doesn't have to be murder. Okay, we set this to twin ass. And we try to attack. No bonus. If we try to attack with only one weapon equipped. No trigger. We try to attack with 2 swords equipped. Nothing. But if we have a sword and a pistol, first of all, if we try to attack outside of the sword's range, still nothing. But now we get it. Huge. Okay. Big success tonight. And about just on time, too. Hmm. Hmm. I think... therefore I am. I'll probably have time to try and do one more thing. But I need to see something. Increased hit count for wildfire. Yeah, okay, I didn't do wild strike. I was like, that wouldn't make sense. Melee attacks don't have enough of a hit count. Rage strike is just straight up increased damage. 20%. Let me see, calculator. 3 times 1.2. Okay, that gets rounded up to 4. 4 times 1.2. That gets rounded up to 5. 6 times... Whoops. 1. 6 times 1.2. I mean, we can just always round up. Okay, I can try wildfire. I'm gonna duplicate. I'm gonna do wildfire. Can close you. And you, and you. I think, therefore, big brain. Oh, hell yeah. Brooke, welcome in. You are here just in time for end of stream. However, I am trying to add like one more thing, so you'll be able to see what we've gotten done tonight. Congrats on your big clean. I may love me some girl stink, but fresh girl smell is equally as lovely. Wildfire. Oh, hell yeah. Increased... You forgot to do it? It's okay. Brooke's got your back. Increased attack count based on level. Burst weapons. Burst weapons. Shotguns are ironically omitted from usable burst weapons because of the way that they work, unfortunately. I could be talking out of my ass. Hang on. SG0. Loop 1, Simul 8. Yeah. I could... no, I could work with this. If loop or simul are... If loop is 3 or higher, or simul is greater than 5. We'll work with that. Because I would like shotguns to be viable for wildfire. This phase starts. You need to be attacking. It must be an arm weapon. And it must be a weapon with a high enough attack loop. Or attack simul. Damage proc current. We'll need this. I don't think there's anything else that would require burst weapons, so this can be a unique requirement check. We don't need twin range here. Unit equals super, or equals false, ability equals ID with damage processor. Not already contains damage proc invalids ID. If user is equal to unit and we're going to put this in parentheses. Act.attack loop is greater than 2, or act dot attack loop or attack simul is greater than 4. Turn equals true. Belly proc current equals ID, otherwise invalid. Okay, I think that works. Set level. %, otherwise 50%. Okay. When triggered, this one should be easy. Wait, it might not be easy. It might be easy. Attack loop, act.attack loop. Okay. Okay. We're gonna do global dot wildfire equals 1. Frilled banana and leaf, excellent. Super.trigger and global.wildfire will be equal to 1 plus level times 0.2. Quisqueta banana. Flying turkey. Yes, yes. Attack loop is equal to act.attack loop, and we want the ceiling of act.attack loop times global.wildfire. So that should work. This should give us 1 extra shot on the 3-shot pistol 0. Let me make sure that Chen has it equipped. Okay. Let me make sure this is set to wildfire. Let's see if this works. Wait. I am a fool? Here. var loop equals act.attack loop. And then simul should be here somewhere. There you are. var simul. DP is established here. Simul is equal to TP attack simul. If loop is greater than 2, loop loop equals, this is gonna get so confusing. Attack loop equal to loop. I'm sure it'll be fine. Loop is equal to ceiling loop times global.wildfire. And then we do the same thing. I'm sure this'll get real goofy. Because I believe there is a burst fire shotgun that will get bonus to both loop and simul, and it will make that gun completely broken with that skill. But you know what? That's what I love about games. I love when games have a silly trick that you can do that can break it wide open. So I think I'll leave that in intentionally. If simul is greater than 4, do this. Simul equals ceiling, simul times global.wildfire. Okay. Let's see. It shouldn't proc with a sword. Even if it did, it wouldn't be enough hits for it to count. Okay, good. Pistol. Huge. It did in fact hit 4 times. Does just not have Aider arms? No, she has Leo arms. Okay. Also, as you can see, oh wait, add zone. I'll wait. I'll wait until add zone disappear. Let's see, we have wildfire added. We have twin fire added. Joint, counter, and cover fire are gonna be... Oh, those are gonna be another pain in my fucking neck. Because those are, again, adding attacks at runtime to the timeline. I think we have it figured out, but that one's a whole new, like... This is adding it at the start of the attack. Joint, counter, and cover attacks get added after an attack happens. So not only is it happening at a different point in the timeline, I have to make sure that they can chain. Because it would be satisfying if you could have, like, you do an attack, and then you get a joint attack where a teammate follows up, and then the enemy gets a counter attack, so they get to follow up, and then you get a cover attack to go off. Like, it would be cool to have that happen, so I want to make sure that's possible. But it's going to be, that means it's going to be that much more complicated to implement. Yeah, we got Twin Strike in. Let's see. I think that'll do... Oh, we also got Twin Assault in. That'll do. That'll do for now. There is definitely more that I can add. I'm feeling good. I'm riding high, but I do have work in the morning, so I don't want to ride the momentum too much, and then all of a sudden I'm going to sleep at fucking 1 a.m. So I'm gonna try to control myself. So let's see who's on that I can send y'all over to. I haven't been to V's in a bit. And they've been on for less than an hour, so they shouldn't be ending streams soon. Okay. Potassium. Alright. No? Okay, no, never mind. I will wait for ads to end though. So I'll just play in my space for a little bit. Actually, I can check and see what parts have what skills, so I can have them added for real. 8 or 0 gets wildfire, so I can add that. 8 or 0 leg. Eight or 1 arm gets twin strike. Oh, but that's the one that I'm working with right now, actually. 8 or 2 arm gets twin assault. Twin ass. 8 or 2 leg gets twin fire. Twin fire. Twin ass. You love to see it. Okay, that's everything that I can add for now. Imagine having a single ass. That's what I'm saying, dude. Twin ass is where it's at. Yes, before we go, for Brooke, I just completely forgot that I was going to explain. What we got done tonight is some of the... I actually got the logic in for some of the skills. So the last one that I just added, Wildfire increases the number of attacks for ranged weapons. Has to be at least 3 shots, and it rounds up, so you always get at least 1 extra shot. So instead of getting the 3 shots, you get a 4th shot here, because it's level 1. The boost is small. And we got the little banner graphic going off. If you had to have another ass, where would you want it to be? I feel like it would have to be... It would have to be, like, directly above the existing ass, right? That would be the most convenient place for it. Because then it would just be like additional lumbar support. It would make pooping kind of inconvenient though. We would have to like redesign the toilet. Cause you have to be able to like lean back a little bit. Literally trying to be double cheeked up. I mean, listen, Brooke said if you had to. I don't know if I would necessarily want that, but do both asses necessarily need to function? If you had an ass on your chest, it would be boobs. That's what I'm thinking. Like, if it doesn't need to function, we end up with, like, an extra set of boobs, basically. I still think that would be the best place to put it. Because if it's non-functional, you're still getting the lumbar support. Shoulder cheeks could do something. Yeah. Like if it's over the shoulder blades, just like extra padding. I could see that. Okay, let's get you guys sent over for real this time. As always, I like to support smaller streamers, so if you're coming with me on this raid, remember, be nice. You can be little gremlin bastards if you want, but be nice about it. And most importantly, give the streamer a chance to shine, give them a chance to show their stuff. And until probably Wednesday, I think I'll do my usual Monday and Tuesday off. Until Wednesday, we will probably do more of this. I'm feeling the momentum. Maybe next time I'll be able to do Balin. We ran long tonight because I was fighting the spaghetti code. But next time, if we're just doing some skills, maybe we'll have time to do Balin afterwards. I can finally get it done. But until then, thank you, Foul, thank you, Brooke, thank you, Jade, thank you, Monster, thank you, McVin, thank you, Mino. I know I had two new people come in. Thank you, Purge. Let's see if I can find... I can't find the last one. I don't remember what they were called, but they were here. Thank you to the other new person that was here. And thank you, Gray. If I forgot anybody else, I do apologize. But again, until Wednesday, same time, same place, I will see y'all next time.